You know, there are a lot of people that sit around and say, I'm not going to get up because I fail. I'm not going to get up because I stumble. I'm not going to get up because of my past. There are a lot of people that live in the past. They live in the past while they're in the present, not realizing that failure is not a curse and setbacks is not a curse. Setback and failures are blessings because you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your failure what not to do. So when the next time you do it again, failure has to happen if you're going to be successful. Even when training and lifting weights, you have to sometimes push yourself to failure if you want to get stronger, if you want to know exactly what's in you, and then you'll develop strength. So in failure, you learn what you should not do. In failure, you learn. In setbacks, you learn how to still stay focused on what you need to do in life. The scriptures even say a just man falls 7 times and rise up again. So it's not in the failure that's going to determine who you're going to be in your life. It's whether or not you are willing to get up and try again. All of us will fail in life. And if you're not failing, it is because you're not even trying. But you're not going to know what you can do. You're not going to develop the necessary mental muscles and the physical muscles you need to develop if you do not fail. Failure is a part of learning. Failure is a part of growth. Because when you fail, you have to sit back and say, yes, I dropped the ball on this, but what do I need to do so when next time when I try again, because I'm going to try again, what do I need to do this time so I get a different result? See, if you want the results that you see, that you look at when you see your favorite person that seemed to have made it in life, you see them in the success part, but you didn't see all the practice and all the failure that took place in the private part. And see, you're in your training ground. You're in training session. And in private, as you work on yourself, you're going to fail. And the question is going to be, are you going to quit because you failed one time, because you failed 7 times? Or are you going to get up and keep going? See, in this life, only those that keep going and keep getting up and learning from their mistakes, those are the ones that's going to get better. It's the ones that say, man, I tried this so many times, it's just not going to work for me. When people talk like that, that is the mentality of a quitter. That is the mentality of a person that has given up on themselves. And I got to tell you like this, the last person you want to give up on is yourself. You've got to understand that you didn't come here perfect. You got to understand that you got to be willing to make changes in the things in your life, in yourself that you do not like. We've all been affected by our environment, by our upbringing, by so many things that was out of our control. But see, now is the time to sit back and say, these are some things I really don't want to be doing in my life. I've developed some habits that are not helping me to get to where I want to go. So now I'm going to put an action plan together by which I'm going to begin to change my habits, the routines that I've been kind of going along in life, trying to go along to fit. It's time that you put that plan into action and then begin to just take action on that plan by doing it. And in time, you're going to see, even though you may fail after you try 4 or 5 times, you might get off the road. But you got to remember, in order to make a habit stick, you've got to be consistent with the routines to change and cause your mindset to change to start doing it. Because when you're trying to do something different and you're trying to overcome something that you've been doing consistently wrong, consistently going the wrong way, it's going to take a little time to change that. But if you're serious about making a change in your life, then you can accomplish that goal, because it's going to take practice, it's going to take change. I don't know about you, but I feel good when I know that I've made a change in my life concerning things I was doing that was wrong, that was holding me back. And now I begin to do what I need to do. I can look back and say, okay, I overcame that habit. If I can overcome that habit, what else can I overcome to make me even better? See, personal growth is the best kind of growth. Personal growth is spiritual, because it is when you can get up and say, I overcame these things and now I'm doing these things. Everyone that want to be successful, everyone that want to go to another level in their life, they have to let go of the level that they're on. In order to get to level number 3, you've got to make habits that's going to get you from being on that level 2. Level 2 has its own set of habits, their own set of routines. So in order to level up, then you've got to have a routine that's up, that's above what level 2 has if you want to get to level 3. See, there's levels to this game called life. And if you are willing to sacrifice yourself and get into that next level, you can get there. And the failures that you have along the way, you're going to have those failures because you was in level 2 for so many years. So now you've got to fight that level 2 routine that was holding you back in your life until you get to doing what level 3 does. See, on level 3, there are certain things going on level 3 that level 2 just cannot get there. And so that's why the practice and the consistency, it gets you to different levels. And then it gets you to the confidence that say, hey, if I can overcome level 2 and now I'm on level 3, what do I need to do now to get to level 4? See, that's why you got to train yourself and be consistent in your practice, whether it's reading, whether it's writing a book, whether it's training, whether you're trying to be a more effective communicator. You're going to have to make some decisions and get some practice in to get you to that next level. And as you begin to practice, don't look at yourself when you fail and say, well, I'm going to quit. No, when you fail, you just realize, hey, I've been doing this thing like this for so long, and now I'm on a different path. And sometimes we'll find ourselves falling, going back to the old thing. But that was you just tripped and fell. You got to get back up. Just like when you learn how to ride a bike. You learn how to ride the bike, but you might fall off the bike. It don't mean, well, I'm not going to ride the bike no more. No, you fail because you did something wrong. You got to look and say, okay, I failed because I turned too hard this time. I got to learn to take it easy when I make my turns so I won't fall anymore. And so it is with life. You've got to say, well, if I failed because I kept going in a direction where I know I shouldn't have gone. But now I'm going to make sure that when I see this same thing, because I done been here before, I'm going to make sure I make a right turn instead of a left turn in life so I can stay on the right level. And that's what life is all about. Life is about understanding who you are, understanding that in failure, you're going to develop to become the person you need to be. And eventually, those failures are going to be less and less. And you're going to start stacking up days. You're going to start stacking up days of success. You're going to start stacking up days of consistency. And then you're going to begin to see, okay, now I understand how I can continue to build my life. Because now I overcame the things that I thought I couldn't overcome because I began to be consistent and I began to kill those habits that were being detrimental to where I want to go. And in doing so, you begin to achieve the success you want. You begin to go to that next level because in life, we're all on this road. And it's like someone said, on your mark, get set, go. And some of us went for a little while. Some of us got distracted. But I'm telling you, you're the one that's got to wake up. You got to kick yourself and say, hey, I don't belong here. I see what's possible for me. But see, on the other side, where you want to go, there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a struggle. You got to overcome fear. You got to overcome yourself. You got to overcome the noise around you, the distractions. But if you would just continue through tripping and falling, you're going to find yourself being able to get to the place you really want to get in your life.